guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Destiny Millionaire, and on this platform I'm teaching financial literacy through mindset development. This week is the start of credit card series. I'm so excited because I know a lot of people want to know about credit cards. A lot of young people don't know what's the importance of it, why you need to have one. So I'm going to be giving you all how to determine the right credit card for you, my experience on beginning my credit building journey, why it's important to have a credit card, and how I got to the score 756 to this day. Currently, that's what I have right now. For those that are new to the conversation of finances, it is totally okay. I'm going to try my best to break down everything the best way I know how. So come on in, grab your paper, grab your pencil, take notes, and let's learn together. To begin this series, I want to share my experience. When I first went away to college, I found myself spending money on traveling because I do attend school up north and I'm from the south. Spending my money on essentials, concerts, organizations at the school, going to events. It's just so many things that come with being in college that I found myself spending my money on. So I figured, why not start building my credit, because I'm already spending money and I wanted to start seeing my money show up for me as I have been showing up for it. That's when I started to look into credit cards. I came across the Discover Student Back Cash Card. Now this card is for students, but in my next video, determining the right credit card for you, I'm going to break down how you can determine which credit card to get. They have traveling cards, they have hotel credit cards, they have so many other credit cards that can fit your personal lifestyle. So I will break that down in my next video next week. Now that you all know a little bit about the start of my journey, I want to get into the reasons of why having a credit card is important and why building your credit score is so important. My definition of a credit score is me showing the bank that I am responsible and accountable over my finances. This is extremely important because when it comes to building generational wealth, this is the starting point. Whenever you are ready to apply for a loan, whether it's a loan to get a car, whether it's a loan to buy a house for a mortgage, whether it's a loan to start a business, it is extremely important to have a good credit score because the credit score determines the amount that the bank will give you, and it also determines the height or lowness of your interest rate. In this economy, interest rate is super important. Why is it important? A lot of times when you are paying for these things, you want to pay for the principal of the thing and not the interest rate. And the interest rate is the amount that the bank charges you to spend their money. So you want to be able to pay for the principal and not the interest rate, which also comes into play on why having a good credit score is super important. As I've mentioned before, currently my credit score is a 756. Currently my credit score is a 759, which actually it went down, but we're going to get into that. The great thing about my Discover credit card is that it breaks down every single thing that is helping and hurting my credit score within the mobile app. So I have my mobile app up right here, and actually I'm going to screen record it and put it on the screen for you all to see what I'm doing as well. So you see at the top it says 759. My FICO score is 759. FICO score is the same thing as your credit score, and 759 is very good. Now if I click on the show history and key factors, you can see the graph. So it's important to note, when you first get your credit card, you won't have a FICO score until about 6 months after you have been spending and paying. They need to know how responsible you are. So you won't have, the first month that you get it, you won't have a FICO score. But after that 6 month mark, which is what you're seeing here in October, that hit my 6 month mark, I started at a 771. And then you can also see here where it dropped down to a 740. Okay, this is super important. My score dropped because Discover pulled my score. So when a company pull your score, and if this can be for loans, this can be your credit, opening up a new credit card, this can be with your own bank, as my example. They pulled my score to see if I was eligible to get an increase in my credit line. And the credit line is basically how much money you have to spend on your card per month. It's not free money, but it is money that you have. It's money that you have to pay back, but it's basically the allowance that they give you to spend per month. Originally, my credit line was $1,500, but now since they pulled it, and when they do pull your score goes down. So whenever you're applying for a loan, getting a new credit card, your score goes down. It could be a soft pull or a hard pull. I'm thanking God that this was a soft pull, so my score did go down 31 points. They pulled my score, and I was able to get an increase in my credit line. So now my credit line is $2,300 compared to, at first, it was $1,500. And so December, my score went back up to a 771, and now my score went down a little bit to a 559. So with this 559, we're going to go through why it went down, because I believe I know why it went down. So now we're going to click on total accounts. Oh, and for context, green is very good or exceptional, yellow is fair, and red is poor. So we're just going to go through why I have a score of 779. So going to total accounts, you can see that my total accounts are fair. Creditors want to know you can responsibly manage a mix of credit cards. That's why your credit mix makes up about 10% of your FICO score. So I only have one credit card at this moment. As you see here, it says creditors want to know that you can mix and mingle with different cards, whether that's a travel card, a hotel card. This is my student card, but still, creditors want to know that you can have multiple types of cards. So it's fair. I'm glad it's not a poor, but it is fair. Okay, now we're going to go to length of credit. Length of credit is what is hurting my credit score the most. It's the only thing I have a poor in. You see like that red line? It's the only thing I have poor in. And I've only had my card for 9 months. I'm not actually sure how long you have to have a card before it can go to fair or exceptional. Maybe it's a year, maybe it's 2 years. I'm not actually sure. But in general, the longer your credit history, the better. How long your accounts have been open determines your length of credit history, which typically makes up about 15% of your FICO score. It is also important to note that when you get a new credit card, do not close your old credit card. When you close it, that also brings your score down. So don't ever close your credit card. Okay, moving on to inquiries. Now, I have a very good inquiries because I have not applied for any loans for anything. When you have an inquiry, the inquiry basically means when you apply for a loan. And so I don't have any credit inquiries. And then also, like, I'm not 100% sure on what else they use credit inquiries for. And if you know, make sure you comment down below, let me know, because I don't know. But it says here, lenders do a hard inquiry when you apply for a new credit card or a loan. There we go. So you apply for a new credit card or you want to get a loan, they pull your credit score, which also brings your score down. But I haven't applied for any, so mine is at 0, and then I have a very good inquiry level. And this makes up about 10% of your FICO score. We are almost done. We got 2 more to go through. Now, revolving utilization. This revolving utilization, it has been explained to me so many times, but I do not know the technical terms and vocabulary really to use with revolving utilization to fully explain it to you all. But we're going to read it and try to comprehend it and figure it out together. Our revolving utilization is very good. Revolving utilization is one indicator of how much you owe on your accounts. The amount you owe lenders is one of the most important factors that impact your credit and makes up about 30% of your FICO score. 30%. Okay, so I believe this is the reason why my score went down from 771 to 759, because I remember looking at it last month and you see this utilization 11%. Last month it was only 3%. And so it was I've heard before where you want to leave at least 30% of your credit line. You want to leave at least 30% of that on your account and not spend it. Unfortunately, I have gone over that 30% last month, but that utilization was 3%. So I believe that's a reason why my score went down, the amount of points that it went down. And I'm kind of okay. Aww. The last and most important part of having a credit card and what makes up your credit building score: missed payments. Missed payments is so important because one missed payment is going to affect your credit score, and it lasts on your account for 7 years. Consistently paying creditors on time is the most important factor in determining your credit score. Even one missed payment can have an impact. That's why your payment history makes up about 35% of your FICO score. 35% is more than any of these other percentages. So missing a payment is never the way to go. Even if you have even if you pay a minimum, the minimum that they give you, which we're going to go over the rules to having a credit card and the do's and don'ts of your credit card in the later videos of this credit card series. But never, ever miss a payment, because it is super important to pay on time. I hope you were able to soak up all this information and have it written down for your references and your knowledge. If you have any questions about credit card, make sure you comment down below. Also, share with a friend, because a lot of us young people just don't know, and we need to have a community around finances so we can better understand our direction in building and growing our finances. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification button to get updates on every single time I post a video. Next week, we will be talking about determining the right credit card for you, and I'll see you in the next video.